Hello, New Manchester here, back with another video. And before I get into this video, I received some strange comments from someone. Uh, it all started when I got this comment on a video on this channel that was about the police. It was someone from Australia who said this to me in the comment section on that video, stating this: I enjoy your content. Respect from Australia. I enjoy your content. Much respect from Australia. And I've been getting the same comment from the same person. From this person, excuse me. Be getting the same comment from this person. Can't remember the name of this person who sent this comment to me, but they sent this weird comment, and it's the same. It's the same comment. Like, they sent this comment to me like one or two times on some of my videos on this channel. And this comment states this: will you be my daddy? Then this person dropped the same comment on another video. Do you want to be my daddy? Then the third time. Do you want to be my dad? I don't know how to respond to this, but this person, well, which is a guy, I checked out his channel, and it seems to me that this guy must be gay. To that person who sent that comment, listen up. I'm not gay. I appreciate you liking the videos on my channel, but I want to ask you this: like, why do you like the videos on my channel? Why? If you don't want to answer and just keep asking me this question, will you be my daddy? I'm gonna block you, because a comment like that is weird and strange to me. And also, it sounds like you're a gay person, or you just someone who wants to put spam on my YouTube channel. So yeah. Well, enough of that. Enough of addressing the weirdo from the land down under. Let me get into this video. Okay. I've been hearing this in the news. News overseas, not news here. Here in the U.S. Heard about it a little bit here in the U.S. and I heard about it a lot on France 24 and DW on YouTube. Two foreign news sites online. One in France and the other is in Germany. And also I heard about this on the BBC. Flooding in Europe. So I'm going to read about the flooding in Europe. Flooding that's in countries that are France, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. So I'm going to go ahead and read this and give my thoughts on this. Okay. This is from CNN. I'm on my Apple iPad mini and I'm reading this article from CNN. I hate CNN. I don't watch CNN. CNN sucks. Okay, enough of that. I'll just get into this. And it's titled "Europe Floods Have Killed Dozens of People, but No One in the Netherlands. Here's why." Okay, as communities devastated by the catastrophic flooding in parts of Western Europe start picking up the pieces, they are wondering how it all went so wrong so fast. After all, Europe has a world leading warning system that issued regular alerts for days before floods engulfed entire villages. But at least 195 people still died in Germany and Belgium in floods that came quickly and forcibly. The Catastrophic Emergency Management Service said it sent more than 25 warnings for Pacific regions of the Ural and Maas River basins in the days leading up to the flooding, though its European Flooding Awareness System, EFAS, well before heavy rains triggered the flash flooding. But few of these early warnings appear to have been passed on residents early, and clearly enough, catching them completely off guard. Now questions are being raised over whether the chain of communication from the Central European level to regions is working. There was clearly a serious breakdown in communication, which in some cases has tragically cost people's lives, said Jeff DaCosta, the PhD researcher in hydroterminology at the University of Reading in the United Kingdom. DaCosta focuses on flooding warning systems in his research. And his own parents' home in Luxembourg happened to be hit over the weekend. He said the experiences of the past week shows there is often a gap between the weather warning scientists issue and the actions actually taken by people in charge on the ground. Some of the warnings, including in Luxembourg, were only issued after the flood had hit, he said. People, including my own family, were left to their own devices without any indication on what to do, and giving them no opportunity to prepare themselves, he said. In many badly affected places, residents were overwhelmed by the speed and enforcedness with which the water came. In Germany, with an election approaching, the issue of flooding has quickly become politicized, and officials are deflecting blame where they can. In the Ahr Valley, one particular badly flooded area in western Germany, senior officials told CNN that warnings were issued ahead of the disaster, but said many residents didn't take them seriously enough because they were so unaccustomed to such intense flooding. Some might have attempted to collect provisions and move their valuables to safety, while others thought they would be safe on the second floor of their homes, but ended up having to be airlifted off the roof. One of the worst affected towns was Salosh, a picturesque town in the German state of Rhineland-Palatinate. I don't speak German, so Soch Mayor Linda Lashad said the flood was utterly unpredictable, pointing to the fact that the town had only experienced to two previous events in intense flooding in 1790 and another in 1910. I think that flood protection systems would not have helped me because you cannot calculate this. What happened to the river Arad with such masses of water, he told reporters over the weekend. Da Costa said he can sympathize with the mayor, but that has remarks show a lack of understanding and what good planning and management can do. His views on the predictably of floods, both on the long-term scale and the immediate scale of being able to provide immediate warnings, are completely wrong and may go to show one of the difficulties in communicating risk to peoples or multiplicity officials who fundamentally don't understand environmental risk, he said. People should also bear in mind that while flood warnings can't stop a flood, they can help people move themselves and their possessions to safety, he added. Da Costa said that as extreme weather events become more common because of climate change, towns like Charlotte must step up their planning. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, I heard about the flooding in Europe, flooding in countries like parts of France, Germany, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Um, People's homes were flooded out. People died. And and German Chancellor Angela Merkel couldn't find the words to describe all of this. You know, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I just see it, like flooding in countries in Europe from by being hit hard by rain, and it's raining where I'm at right now. There's a river like near where I live. It's called the Sabine River, and it can get overflown by rainwater. And it can flood places. So I don't live close to it. I live like not well as far away from it as possible. But also there's some creeks near where I live. You know, so yeah yeah so you got flash flooding in Europe. You got like strong tornadoes, hurricanes, um, droughts, and dry vegetation that leads to powerful wildfires. And you got the heat dome in Western Canada, specifically on British Columbia in Canada, that traps heat and that killed a lot of people in cities like Victoria and an unknown city somewhere in British Columbia in Canada. And it's in the heat dome and the heat wave is also in the northwestern part of the U.S. in Seattle and Washington State. Then you got the bushfires that happened last year in Australia, and you got the melting of the of ice in the North Pole that can lead to cities being underwater in the future. Um, so all of this weird weather, and I'm gonna throw in that massive snowstorm that happened back in February of this year, 2021, which I experienced. You know, that dumped like huge loads of snow, and all of this weird extreme weather is responsible, and it's coming from climate change. I don't know about all of you. I mean, I don't know if all of you are climate change deniers or not, but I don't care. Climate change is happening because it's man-made because we have like polluting cars and factories. We're driving like greenhouse gases or something like that into the atmosphere that leads to all this extreme weather. You know, we are the cause of all of this, and we are, you know, and and Greta Thunberg, the Swedish teenage climate change activist, said it better. I mean, yeah, the Swedish girl that's known for this catchphrase, "How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?" Yeah, her, yeah, yeah, she said it. She said this phrase best. I want you to feel what I feel every day, and you know, she's sounding an alarm on this because she doesn't want her and people of her generation to go through all this bad weather because if we don't do anything about it, it's going to get worse. But I heard that in the UK the government is going to phase out gas powered cars, petrol cars, and phase them out and bring in like electric vehicles. I think that Europe is already laid the foundation on this, bringing in electric vehicles to combat climate change and to get climate change under control and cure Mother Earth because right now Mother Earth is sick, and we as the human race is making Mother Earth sick, and we are. You know, I'm not a climate change denier. I know climate change is real. I mean, it's going on right now. Like, I mean, it's it was raining real hard. Like, early this morning before I made this video. So yeah, it's climate change is happening right now, and it is. And I don't care about conservative people coming out and call me a wacko and a nutcase, and I'm walking around with a chip on my shoulder, and I have hate. I have hate and hatred in my heart, and climate change is bullshit. It's not real. So I don't. I'm not gonna worry about people like that. I'm not gonna care about people like that. And speaking of conservatives or conspiracy theorists, it's kind of comical, like hearing someone telling me that the world is flat and is not round, and someone telling me that if you curse, if you say a lot of profanity language, if you curse and swear, it will make you smarter. And And universal health care is straight out of Hitler's playbook. Yeah, and the conspiracy theorists, people like that who say stuff like that, it's just ridiculous. It's just nonsense, and it's like this, I don't agree with these people, and I don't agree with them at all on this because I think it's silly. So that's just me, keep in mind, I'm not on Team Republican. I'm not on Team Democrat. I mean, I don't take sides. I mean, I think for myself and I think outside the box, and one conservative, which is a child, went batshit crazy, if that's a phrase that I should be using. Went Looney Tunes by posting a lot of crazy comments on my videos because they brought up the fact that California sucks when I talked about on my video when I made 66 reasons why Texas sucks video, and they said this California sucks, and I corrected that person and said that, well, the entire United States has a lot of problems. It's not just California and Texas, it's the entire United States. That person called me a libtard and went into my subscription listing on my channel and pointed out the fact that I subscribed to Kyle Kalinske and just brought it out like that's something. Like, that doesn't mean anything because, Kyle Kalinske is not on anybody's side. I mean, he don't take sides and he thinks for himself and thinks outside of the box. Hence, well, actually, he's brainwashed and pussy whipped by TYT because of that spat over Jimmy Dore. Like, I'm not gonna get into that. I don't care about all that drama and all these people. The climate change things is scientific and it's fact. And it is. So, yeah, it would be nice like driving like an electric vehicle instead of a vehicle that runs on gasoline. You know. But you got speaking of gas guzzling vehicles, you got like lunatic like old men and crazy young men, people who live in the South or in parts of the U.S. that drive gigantic gas guzzling pickup trucks where you fill up at the gas pump in them and pay $60 worth of gasoline, $60 or $60 just to fill up these gas guzzling trucks. Where I live, Texas is a truck state, and everybody drives a pickup truck. And people who drive pickup trucks, some who drives pickup trucks, and not all of them that drive pickup trucks, drive like maniacs and racing down the freeway at about like 80 or 90 or 100 miles per hour, like weaving in and out of lanes, overtaking people and switching in and out of lanes like closely near people, like nearly like hitting them. And that happened to me a lot when I drive on the freeway here. So yeah, so yeah. But what's happening in Europe with these flash floods in countries like parts of parts of France, Germany, Belgium, and Luxembourg, like the flooding. And also I heard about this, like there's like a massive sinkhole in Germany. So yeah, I'm no stranger to sinkholes because there's a sinkhole near where I live. It's not that big. It's kind of small. So yeah, so climate change is real, and the flooding in Europe. This goes out to people who live in parts of France, Germany, Belgium, and Luxembourg. You know, um, I feel sorry for these people. I mean, some of these people lost their homes, and some of their family members and friends lost their lives in this. You know, I feel for these people, and I feel sorry for these people. And I hope things get better for them in the future, and that goes out to people in Western Canada and also in the northwestern part of the U.S. You know, and in Australia after they experienced the bushfires. And speaking of Australia, I mean, I remember during the bushfires in Australia back in 2020, last year, Prime Minister Scott Morrison left the country and went to Hawaii. Hence, he went on holiday to Hawaii and left his country being ravaged and decimated by those bushfires. So yeah, so seems to me that Australia has a shitty prime minister, but I don't know nothing about this guy. I don't live in Australia, so yeah. So her stories about Jacinda Ardern, the prime minister of New Zealand, like people in other countries and countries like here in the U.S. praising her for all the good things she's doing in New Zealand, but she has some skeletons in the closet, and she has a dark side. She has skeletons in the closet, and she has a dark side. So yeah, I'm not gonna praise a country for doing good. I mean, because agreeing with the Kiwis, that's kind of weird. Okay, that's all I gotta say in this video. Um, some of my subscribers want me to do a video about South America, and yeah, I probably will do that. I gotta do something like that. I gotta do a video about South America. Talking about I'll talk about the president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro. That guy's a piece of shit. I mean, he doesn't care about his people. He let his people die left and right during the pandemic. Like, I mean, he's like Donald Trump. Like, so Joseph Bolsonaro is a piece of shit. And if this happened, if he got swallowed whole by gigantic anaconda snake, I mean, I probably wouldn't care. And I think some of the people in Brazil, some of them who support him, will feel sorry for him, and the others who don't support him wouldn't care. And the guy's a piece of shit overall. Okay, that's all I gotta say in this video. Bye.